It reminds me of my anus. Oh. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Rip Hamilton.
Never.
Yes, sir.
3, 2, 1. Archers, attack! Keep firing! Let none escape! Another down! Do not relent!
Straight out of the Scarlet Halls and right into insert placeholder here. I'm Slidewhistle.
I am Immunization.
I'm Aaron, Fire Mage Extraordinaire and Horde Punching Bag.
This is episode 19 of Do Not Relent, and we have a lot to fucking talk about. Holy dooly.
We got PTR. We have new data mined info for 8.2. We are here, boys.
We got a brand new raid, kind of.
Oh, it's a break. Yeah, it's there.
It's technically there. We beat it in a night, but more information on that later, maybe.
We got two cats biting buttholes over here, so if you hear any raucous yelling, I'll probably edit it out, but maybe for comedic effect, I'll leave it in. So I guess we can just go right into what we did in WoW. Aaron, what did you do in WoW this week?
This week in WoW, I hung up my claws as Growliina on the Tides of Dazar'alor and started playing a new tune with my girlfriend, who took her a while to get into World of Warcraft. She, spoilers, was the one who drew the picture of Growliina originally.
Wow, you spoiled me.
I did. But she was like, I'm interested in playing with you. And she's a big weeb, self-admitted. So
Damn.
I showed her, self-admitted.
Damn.
She actually listens to this show now, so I'm going to get in trouble. So I showed her the Pandaren dance. There's like the caramel dancing. And she was like, oh, that's me. So we made pandas. I made a big, stupid man panda named Cubby Bub. And he's going to haunt the rest of my days because she's like, oh, that's such a cute name. Can I call you that? I'm
oh, no.
So
Cubby Bub.
This throwaway character.
Cubby Bub.
This throwaway character, Cubby Bub, is going to be my name forever.
I think you need to drop Aaron as your name and just now just introduce yourself as Cubby Bub.
What up? It's your boy, Cubby Bub. Horde Punching Bag. He's technically an arcane mage extraordinaire.
Ugh.
But that doesn't roll off the tongue as well.
Man, I should have brought back a little quinoa to go to the island and hang out.
Well, we're still there. We just left. Now we're going on a tour of the cities. But it's nice to play with someone where this is literally their first time ever experiencing not even just World of Warcraft the game, but World of Warcraft the series.
It's a magical experience.
Truly.
Yeah, I would pay to be able to experience how I felt through brand new eyes again, because I think that's a lot of the magic.
Okay, here comes a concussion.
Okay, pay up. Dunk. So
Oh, where am I?
Wow. So that was my week. Immune, what was your week like in the World of Warcraft?
Well, this week in WoW, we raided the new raid on my main. That's really all I did on my main, I guess. And then lots of leveling. My druid is now in BFA content. He's about level 113. So that is exciting. He's coming up fast. And then other than that, I've been messing around with the PTR, downloaded that yesterday, and boy, there's a lot of cool stuff, a lot of cool quest lines, which we will talk about later. Slide, how about you?
I got my second set of heritage armor. The monk hit 110, and he is also now 120, and I leveled 364. So he's growing up real fast.
Does that make him your second most geared toon now?
I think Bludgeon, my Dark Iron Warrior, is still higher because I took her into normal rating for in Dazar'alor, where we basically crushed everything in there and got a whole lot of gear. Because for that one we made it up to Jaina, right? When we normal rated.
Yeah, we didn't clear Jaina, but we made it to Jaina.
Yeah, because we cleared it out and we cleared Blockade out, which is a pretty easy raid and not overtuned.
I don't know. I've heard other opinions. I've heard it takes weeks.
official podcast opinion here, I'm pretty sure that normal blockade is the hardest boss in all of existence in WoW. It's even harder than heroic or mythic blockade. Fun fact.
Well, that's definitely not true. But but yeah, so yeah, I think that the monk is second or third on this list, which is pretty easy when I have 3 max levels. But yeah, I mean, I feel like I leveled him super quick. The best way to do it, man, those time locking dungeons are super effective. Like, not only did they get him a lot of levels, they got him a lot of gear. It's nuts. So yeah, just a lot of raid and PTR. So almost same old as you.
This week in Raid, we did it. We got AOTC. Well, we, as in Slide and I.
Nope, I had to discuss financial information for that job I've been loosely talking about for like the entirety of this podcast. But I got it, so I'll be a functional human being in 2 weeks.
Maybe someday you will finally down Jaina of any kind.
when we beat the other raid, it was like, are we gonna go back to Dazar'alor heroic? And I slammed my real human hand on the desk and hit the talk button. Yes, please.
Now, is this the Thursday that you're going to be going to West Virginia again?
Why, of course it is. So we're going to be downing the final boss of Crucible of Storms on heroic, and I'll miss that too.
You know, this is a good sign though for us, because if Aaron's gone, that means we're for sure gonna clear some bosses. It just seems to be this like you're like giving your life to make sure that we get these bosses.
It's like the running goof of this podcast at this point.
I swear I'll make it there one day.
Heroic Jaina was a bitch, man. It was fun though. It was definitely a good struggle. It never felt like it was too annoying. We always had a grasp on it. Oof.
I was telling Slide, it felt good too, because every pull we distinctly got better, I felt like, and it just capped with us having a really, really clean pull of Jaina, where I think we made it through with all of us alive, I think, on the last pull where we beat her.
I think we might have lost somebody. Someone had it. I think we had to res people, but I mean, still, they were still alive, so it counts. I didn't nobody in the raid watched a video on what the difference between heroic and normal was, except for Lynn, who's late raid leading. And so apparently there were these big wispy white frost orbs you have to stand in and soak them. That way it doesn't do raid wide damage. So Jaina, she goes down at 5%, I'm pretty sure. So it ended up working out that she was at 8%, 7%. She was getting super low. But me and Cass, who's our warlock, and somebody else, we were on frost soaking duties. And so me and Cass sprinted. Me and her were running side by side, hand in hand, to get to these frost orbs. And right as we got to the frost orb, we killed the boss. So we were too busy doing the mechanics to realize that
to actually contribute.
Yeah, we were like, oh, what? And both me and Cass at the same time were like, wait, what? Because we didn't realize.
I remember you guys talking about how both of you were like, "Oh, we're not gonna make it in time. It's gonna happen this time. We're not gonna get it." But then we downed the boss, so it didn't matter.
It's just great that people were like, "We are gonna do this mechanics. God damn it! We're not gonna wipe to anything."
Meanwhile, I decided to stay on my parents' insurance plan.
Well, hey, those benefits are pretty good, man.
Yeah, but actually, though, the bennies... I mean, I won't talk about that, but the bennies on my new job are very good.
All I'm saying is...
I'm quite excited.
You better go get some braces. You better go get a back brace. You better just go get your body all in shape right now when you're on your parents' insurance.
Before I'm paying for it.
Yep. Yeah, it was great. Jaina's down. And then we took a nice hour break. We just didn't do anything for the rest of the night. And we're like, you know what? We earned this break.
Then the next week, we ran right into the new raid, Crucible of Storms, which I think is 2 really compelling fights. They're very different, a bunch of new mechanics, and it's just fun. A lot of coordination needed.
Holy shit, they're cool.
The use of outside items definitely makes the Uatu, the second guy fight, really cool. You have to coordinate who's using what, and I gotta pick it up. I got a 30-second timer. We all gotta survive for 30 seconds.
And there's literally an aspect where we have a ranged tank, which is so weird to have. Like, Ash is this just elemental shaman, and he's tanking a boss. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on in this raid right now?
My favorite part was someone was like, we need a range tank. I think a warlock can do it, or a shaman, and then someone looked at me, or a mage, and I just like slash node them like, no, I'm green. You don't want me doing that shit.
I think
You're like, no, I don't want that.
No,
I don't think
want the pizza.
I don't think we actually can even range tank because we don't have any like
We have
self-sustaining abilities.
Nearly no damage mitigation other than a barrier.
But man, learning like all of the steps of these bosses has been really cool, and I really like / hate the last one. I was in charge of crown. I was on crown duty because Ash handed it off to me, which I get. It's fine because he was range tanking. He wants to do damage, and I really I got into the groove of when to use it. But damn, like it's such like a precise moment. You have to use it, or like you're fucked. So I'm afraid to see what heroic looks like because we're gonna get fucked a lot. And for heroic, the first guy, that's the council one, right? Quote unquote council.
Yeah, it's the two, like, Fathel and Zaxbar.
We got him to, like, what? Like, 2%?
Okay, I was talking about this with my coworker today. I realized we got them down to, like, what, 1.5% each, right?
Yeah, and so...
And we all decided that we didn't need to waste another flask for the last 10 minutes. If we would have flasked, we would have downed it.
I flasked.
Yeah, I flasked. I used my free flask.
I mean, I used a personal one too, but as a raid, there were probably like 10 people who didn't have a flask on.
As a raid, I tell you what we could have done. I was looking at some stuff, and only half of our DPS used a pre-pot.
Yep, I didn't.
And
you trying to blow me up on my show? Yeah, I didn't.
And some of us don't have their weapons or rings enchanted. And the one ring enchant they have is one of the little ring enchants.
That's all Immune can do.
I'm not. No, I can do the big ones now. Let me know. I can hit you up. But
please do.
Also, that was adding me because one of my rings is only the lower enchant because I do not want to waste a good enchant on a 355 ring. Okay.
Immune. There, you should enchant. You're an enchantress.
You're an enchanting individual.
Well, don't worry, Aaron. You're only one of half of the raid. So I think I'm gonna just like Brio doesn't fucking pre-pot. Brio should be. He's like, oh, I don't wanna spend the money. I'm like, Brio, you're gonna fucking spend the money, and we're gonna kill bosses. God damn it!
I mean, I could just make them. I guess if I wasn't lazy.
All you gotta do is press the pot at 2 seconds of the pull, and then bam, you pre-potted.
There you go.
The log checker thing always wants me to use a pre-pot, but I'm like, what good will a pre-pot do for me when the beginning of the fight starts with all of us at 100% health and no one taking damage?
You smite, right? You probably just would smite a lot, and guess that would have helped us too. Immune.
I honestly never thought about it like that. Maybe I will start doing that.
Yeah. Because then I think we can kill a lot of stuff. Think about all the bosses we've got to that we had that small percentage left, and if we all would just pre-pot, then I think we're good. Did you guys get any loot off of any of the bosses?
I got Pod Famous Disgusting Herald's Pants.
You got Herald's Pants!
However, and I reacted audibly in raid, that's what I get for not looking these things up. It is not Harold like the Hey Arnold character or the man's name. It is Harold like a person who tells you news. Also, it was 370 because it was normal rating. But I was like, oh.
Wait, it should be 390 at least.
Or 390. I have 415 pants, so it was not
I wasn't going to tell you the real spelling because I knew it would disappoint you, but I knew it the whole time.
Yes, so Disgusting Harold's Pants are the one where you drop a fart bubble near your feet, and you are punished if you leave it, but your attacks get faster and faster the longer you stay in.
God, the way you said that, I'm just imagining like a man with a belt behind you, like, if you leave this, you're punished.
It's just my stepdad, Ron, standing behind me like, Growliina,
They're like,
No,
Harold,
no.
did you steal that
No, I
ham?
told you to sit.
Put that honey glazed ham back, Harold.
It's me, Mr. Green.
Okay, mark it up.
Harold.
It's our 3rd episode mentioning this episode of Hey Arnold. Let's go.
I got
I was
high.
hungry, okay?
I was watching Hey Arnold while under the green influence, and let me tell you, it's something else. Green influence, oink. I got a sweet little trinket off of Crucible of Storms.
What does it do?
Well, first of all, it Warforged, so it's 405, which is great. Because my current trinkets are 385 and 400. One of them is like the best one. It's the Opulence trinket.
You earn everything.
And so I looked at this trinket online. I went to bloodmount.com to see how good it was for me. Holy fucking shit. This trinket is better than just about any single 415 trinket I'm ever going to get ever.
Boo! Disgusting Harold's pants are literally the worst for me.
This trinket is like both like by far and leaps and bounds ahead the best one. However, it comes with a caveat. When I use this trinket, it fires off a spear, a trident, that hits my enemies for like 22k damage.
Ooh.
Then the spear shatters. And what happens when the spear shatters is that the parts of the spear that shattered come flying towards me. And if they hit me, I'm silenced for 1.5 seconds. As it basically adds a whole other mechanic to every single raid fight that I do for crazy amounts of damage. And it's fast. It's super fast. It was hitting me like crazy. So I'm gonna have to fucking learn how to deal with this stupid trinket to deal hella damage without getting silenced. I'm a fucking caster. If I get silenced, I'm done. Like, that's it.
I do love these goof 'em up items that, yeah, essentially just make every fight more difficult. Because it's like, okay, I'm on normal blockade. This is impossible anyways. But this is even more impossible. Yeah, because, like, Ron's here now. He's going to get upset if I stay anywhere for more than 2 seconds. So I got to keep moving for Ron.
All right, Harold, don't leave the shit. Stand in the shit or I'll beat you.
But yeah, can you control how, like, when it hits? Is it like a preset time? So can you time it when, like, you're gonna be silenced when you have to move? Is that the strat?
Oh no, I don't get to choose nothing. It's not on use. It's a proc. So when we were doing the normal or the heroic faithful or whatever, when it procced 4 times in a row, so it went. Pew, pew, pew,
Oh, fuck, that's a lot of moving.
and so I was like, oh, hell yeah. And then I was like, oh, no. And I'm like, I'm running. It just fires like it fires 3 and then 3 and then 3. And it's just like, it's insane. Apparently in PvP it's broken because it's killing people. So I gotta get into PvP with this thing and blast some boys with my trident.
I was just realizing, as a mage, if you're silenced, you can't even fucking blink, right? Like, you probably feel so
you can
slow,
do
like a normal
nothing.
person.
Yeah, and at least I can blink through it. Oh man, me and Aaron were blinking through those purple eye beams on last boss. Their names are so hard to say that I don't remember them.
it's like Unatu, I'm pretty sure.
It sounds very a low end Pokemon region. Fatu.
In the Unatu region, dodge the purple beams. They're coming.
Alolan Raichu.
I mean, what happens with those eye beams? Because those purple beams that intersect, because let me tell you, they never hit me. So I don't know what they do.
So, the mages can just blink through it without getting the dot, like, on them?
Yep.
Correct.
For us normal people, we have to run through one, and then somehow avoid the other one before the debuff that the one put on us falls off. And you have on normal, debuff was on us for like 2 or 3 seconds. So if you run through the first one as soon as possible, and then you let like your healers heal you up a little bit before you run through the other one. Yeah, so if you run through them back to back, you take a shit ton of damage and you'll probably die.
It's like everyone was like, Lynn was like, yeah, if you have the thing, don't run through it twice. don't get the debuff. And I'm like, what fucking debuff is everyone getting? I don't want a debuff. And then I realized, oh, right. Blink, I'm just bypassing it completely. I was like, oh, fuck. Mages are OP again.
We back, baby!
I guess we can look forward to clearing it on Thursday and then never seeing it again.
Yep, I'm gonna go have to join Bleen Explosion.
Ugh. Our gross cousins.
They live in the other town with Arnie.
So I guess we can start talking about, I've been waiting for this, the PTR. And man, I have just been riding this PTR high. There's so much good shit coming our way, and I'm already fucking eating this World of Warcraft porridge. I'm balls deep in it. I can't imagine how my balls are gonna be when I get in this porridge even more.
Porridge?
Oh, this porridge is getting...
That's not how you eat it.
This porridge is getting everywhere, let me tell you.
Oh, you guys don't absorb porridge through your ball sacks like I do?
No.
Can't say I do.
You guys did not go to Mechagon yet, right?
I have done nothing.
All I have seen so far in PTR is the Heart of Azeroth questlines. That's all I've done so far.
Let me touch a little bit on the Mechagon, because I'm a fucking gnome. I gotta get in there. I gotta go hang out with my uncle and my cousin Petey, and we're gonna go kill some shit. So I started the questline. I went on Mechagon. Let me tell you, I'm a little concerned that I think Aaron was right.
There's nothing to Mechagon.
It's just so trash. And I guess in my mind, I just imagine that like it'd be like the surface, and then we get to hang out in the city, but the city's just a dungeon. But there definitely are aspects that are coming, I'm pretty sure, that are going to be like the garrison system where you build it up. Because even already, the city of Rustbolt was like in pieces. And there's a prince there who's like, hey, my dad sucks. He's King Mechagon. Also, isn't my city fantastic? And I'm like, dude, this city's fucking a shithole. Like, this is But I ended up leaving new stuff. And when I came back, it was like slightly more built up. Because like we fought off the attackers. So I feel like, fingers crossed, that it's basically we're going to be building like a pretty like cool like junk city, at least.
So you think it might be like the garrisons in WoD where you build it up a little bit?
I think so. I don't know where, if I heard this is a fever dream, or if I heard this somewhere, but I'm pretty sure I heard that like this is going to be like, there's going to be some level of like building it up a little bit and sprucing it up and making it look like not just a big floating trash island.
I hope the first thing we add immediately are 5 to 6 mailboxes.
Oh, please. But
can you imagine? So, you know, there's that like in WoD, there's that cutscene like, champion, you've made so many advances, and like it like quickly did the spin around. You see your new city. It's like, champion, I can't believe the progress you've made. Look at all these fucking mailboxes, and it spins around. It's just the same pile of junk, but it has 4 mailboxes coming out of it now.
Dramatic music. Dun dun dun.
Thank you, champion. we can send mail now.
God, that'd be great. It's just like before nothing, and then it has a big flash of gold. Flat mailbox.
You can't believe how long it's taken us to do this.
But other than it looking like a big trash pile that it is, it's got so much cool character to it. There's so many cool dialogue quests. There's so many cool things going on there that even though it was just a big trash island, it's still awesome to be on, and I'm ready for it. I only have one concern, and it's war mode. Guys, we might have to turn off war mode when we go there.
Oh no, the dogs don't like that idea. Why?
Oh, those are the dogs from Trash Island. But, so there's not really an Alliance or Horde hub there. It's all just one hub. So there's not really an area where you're quote-unquote safe or can take a reprieve from war mode. I was in Rustbolt, which is like the main city of like the whole island, and this orc and his priest friend just kept killing me, and I'm like, come on guys, like, let me just get this quest really quick, because everyone was being really cool. Everyone's like, we're just here to quest. There were a lot of like, I'm staring at you, you're staring at me, we're just here for the quest, we forgot to turn off war mode, it's fine, it's cool. And this fucking dick orc was killing everybody, and then he was teabagging, and I'm like, oh, okay, I see how it's gonna be.
What kind of shit person do you have to be to act like that on the public test realm when everyone is just there to see what's happening next in the future and try to help Blizzard fix its problems before they go live? That is just like lowest bottom of the barrel tier person for me in my book.
Listen, he was testing out his essences, okay? I mean, I get it. I was in war mode. I should have expected a fight, which I did. I just didn't think it happened in the Rust Bowl. There are no guards. They don't give a shit. They're like, I know these fuckers. Just like let them fight, I guess, in the city.
That's what I was about to ask. Is it like a Nessing Warriors camp where they're neutral guards that will kill the shit out of you if you threaten violence? But no, they just do nothing?
They didn't do anything. There might have been a guard or two, but like they didn't have much health that they did because he was just wrecking everybody. So maybe they'll add guards, but maybe they won't. I mean, they were saying it's gonna be a war mode slogfest, but like I feel like Mechagon of all places, when I'm there, I want to do the dailies. I want to get the mounts. So like I'm not gonna want to fight people, probably, right? I don't know.
Mm-hmm. I can see that. Yeah, it's just keep it as like a neutral, safe space, and then kill each other in Nazatar.
Yeah, at least give me one area I can turn it off in or something. Because like, I couldn't find an inn. I was like, is there an inn I can go to and turn this war mode off? I couldn't find one, so...
Slide earlier mentioned essences. We can talk about that. Did you guys mess around in PTR and check out any of the essences?
Yo, they're fucking crazy, man. This new Heart of Azeroth change is going to be sickening, but also confusing.
Yeah, I agree. I went on the PTR and checked the little Tauren, well, not little, very big Tauren vendor guy.
I love him.
I don't know if this is a PTR thing or if he's actually going to be in there or who's going to be in there. Or...
I've seen him in other PTRs before, and when I did the BFA beta, he was there. So I think he's just like a universal in-joke of like, yeah, this is the guy who sells you the thing you'll be earning, so that way you can test all the things.
Yeah, there's also another one in the Proudmoore Admiralty little area who gives you 415 Azerite gear, by the way. So you can get Azerite gear to be like super strong in PTR from that same man.
Yeah, okay. That makes sense then. I mean, I guess I should have known that there wouldn't be a giant Tauren vendor in the Heart of Azeroth.
I mean, I wish.
But I agree that it is going to be very confusing to figure out which essences are ideal. A lot of them seemed very interesting and possibly very good. The one in particular that intrigued me is one that Slide sent me when I was at work about how there's this one that just basically provides you with a second miniature hymn if you are a priest. And I think I want that.
Oh my god, those ones are sick. So, Aaron, I don't know if you saw it, but did you see your combustion one?
I didn't. The only one that I really played around with was you put goop on the ground, and it gives you like 4 stacks of something I did not look into.
God, you would, you gooper.
It's like you put a goop on the ground, and it gives you 3 stacks of Engine of Creation, and then like I'm like, well, that seems neat, and I didn't look into it past that.
I mean, it's a lot of text to read for all the different essences, so I don't blame you. There's 2 essences that are quote-unquote spec-specific. One of them affects abilities, and the other one, I think it might just affect... I'm not sure. There's so many I couldn't find the other one. And so what I was doing was there's one essence that... The one that Emmy was talking about, the one where it lets him have his Divine Hymn proc. So for me, as a Frost Mage, it basically would give me... It's Icy Veins. Icy Veins is my main cooldown that makes me faster and gives me haste. And so when I press the button, it allows me to proc Icy Veins at 50% efficiency, which means that I'm just getting more Icy Veins going through, and it's reducing the cooldown of my Icy Veins by 10 seconds. So it's giving me Icy Veins, and it's reducing the cooldown. And for you, as a Fire Mage, it's Combustion.
You would do that with... Yes, yeah, you would do that with Combustion. Ooh, that's very good.
I didn't know that it changed depending on what spec you were playing. I thought it was just like one that was for Holy Priests in general.
So we all have something that's similar to this. And I think Arcane Mage is going to become far and away the best spec because theirs is for Arcane Power. And Arcane Power is one of the most useful, effective traits abilities that's in the game right now, and having that reduce cooldown and having it be able to proc more, I think Arcane's gonna fucking run away with this shit.
As your local arcane mage, I can concur that if I get a second arcane power, my DPS go way up.
Well, now, Immune, I don't know if you can say that anymore. I did tell you about Cubby Bub. He is level 15 after
Kobe
all.
Bub is coming up.
Come back to me when he's on the same level as Korgos.
Hopefully never. I'm sorry, babe. I don't like Cubby Bub. I don't want him.
Oh, no, don't tell her. Aaron, this is also... Aaron.
Yes.
Lean into your microphone. Are you standing?
Yes, I am
sitting?
standing.
You might want to lay down for this.
I'm on my bed. I live in a tiny room. My bed is next to my recording studio.
Fire Mage is getting an updated ability.
Oh, what is it?
Fire Mage, their combustion appearance is changing in 8.2.
What's it gonna look
So you know how currently when you combust, you just become a fucking orange blazing marshmallow?
Yeah, it just changes your bump map, so instead of texture, you are fire texture now.
Well, now how it works is that's gone. You're not orange anymore. It's just your character. You are literally on flame. You're on fire, like you're a witch being burned at the stake, and there's this humongous plume of black smoke that's coming from like your top part. It looks like more like realistic, quote unquote. I think it looks real fucking good. People are dumping on it, like, oh, they keep changing stuff, and I'm like, this is a good ass change.
Wait, that's in 8.2 right now?
I'm pretty sure you can literally log in and press combust and see what it looks like.
Fuck,
I'm 90% sure.
I gotta do that.
Honey, that Salem Witch realness.
Because like the other one's just so ugh. Yeah, there's just so many essences. But what I love the most about the essences is that once you get them, once you have the essence and you use it, it just goes into like your essence book. So like you don't ever have to get new ones. You just have it whenever you want it, which is great. And now you can change your essences whenever you'd like. Whenever you change your talents to tome or in a rest area. When are they going to add that to Azeroth gear? Let me fucking change Azeroth gear for free, Ian. Please.
Ian, if you change it, we'll give you back your wine glass.
You heard it here, folks. They're holding it hostage. Ian's wine glass is the price we will pay.
He handed it to me. He was drunk. I was drunk. Okay, it was a gift.
You know, we can't guarantee it will be a one piece, but if you want it back, you better fucking make this change.
But man, I'm excited. I think this is a really good Heart of Azeroth change. People are complaining. They're always going to complain. Don't get me wrong.
As Aaron can attest, people are always complaining.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I guess Aaron can still attest, but I think now we all can attest at the same level at this point.
Yeah. Ha ha.
People are just like, oh great, another thing to grind. It's like, do you know that you're playing an MMO? You're going to have to grind stuff. What's the deal?
I'm just going to go back to Classic where literally everything was a grind.
So the Water Strider had its water walking ability removed from itself. So like now when you use the Water Strider, it's just a bug. It no longer can go over water.
Whoa.
But it's because they're giving everybody who has a Water Strider, they're giving them little floating booties. So
yeah.
So, and I saw how this works. Did you guys check out the mount equipment at all?
I did. Yeah, it's cool. But the only thing I will say is that, for better or for worse, no one will really be using a Water Strider anymore because everyone has their favorite mount that they will just give this to, and they will use that to walk on water. And let me just say, personally, the Water Strider is not my favorite or top 3 or top 10 mount, so I would probably never use it again.
Just a spindly bug. Yeah. But so basically they took the ability for that mount to Water Stride. Because imagine if it still had the ability to Water Stride, and then you could put another mount equipment on it. It would defeat the whole purpose of this change, because everyone would still just use the Water Strider.
So, are they taking away all mounts' special abilities?
For the most part, but like the Sky Golem's going to keep his ability to pick flowers. That's not going into the rotation of mount equipment skills.
I think it should then.
I don't think it should. It should not.
Why?
Because it has little claws to pick flowers with. How you gonna herb on a Crocolisk or herb on Urban. Oh, but the Sky Golem can't water walk, by the way. So maybe that will assuage your opinion on this.
So you're saying that you can't force it to water walk with this new thing?
Correct.
Okay, that actually does make me feel a little bit better because, like, yeah, it would have made it so that, like, it could be the mount that you were saying that they made the system to avoid.
Yes, it would be like the top urban one. So yeah, that one can't water walk. And there aren't many other mounts. The Tundra Mammoth and the Yak will still be able to water walk, which is fine because they're vendor mounts. Those aren't really like unique abilities, but Oh my god, I did not realize how much I needed this fucking change. This is amazing. Because I just was like, everyone's riding a bug. The bug can water stride. Why the hell not? But no, everyone's riding their cool looking mounts. That 6-month pirate ship mount sub. Yo, that thing with water walking, soaring above the surface of the water, looks amazing.
I can imagine.
And then I tried it out on that the engineering mount, which is the big goblin head, because it's literally floating, and it literally just it looks cool. Like, I was on normal game, and I was like, I gotta use this fucking bug still. Fuck.
I didn't test it because I didn't goof around with the PTR as much, but next episode I'll have the official report. Can I put booties on my hands?
Oh my god! You have well, shit. You don't have the equipment because you don't have a water strider, right?
No.
Shit. We gotta figure out how to get you booties immediately.
The world needs to know. Can I run around?
We might be the most high-profile podcast that has a Worgen on it. So we are the front runners to determine what the verdict is here.
the premier World of Warcraft podcast that A, has a Worgen, and B, actually still plays.
The pickings are slim.
Yeah, they're slim jimming over there.
To investigate this new area that just opened up, Growliina hopped into the probable future of the PTR to inquire about the world of Najatar.
Hello, everyone. When I was sent on assignment to a watery paradise, I certainly wasn't expecting it to be here on Vashir. I see a lot of water, not much paradise. Here with me to discuss Najatar, the new water zone, is Kathrino. Kath, what brings you to Vash today?
I was running old content and wanted to get a particular staff.
Have you found it yet?
Nope, still plugging away.
Well, I wish you luck. So do you have any thoughts for Najatar, the new water area?
I guess I just wanted to feature more enemies than the Naga places. I get tired of the same 4 guys.
I see. Have you heard of the new 100% swimming boss?
The what?
There'll be a whole boss where you use WoW's wonderful swimming mechanics. It'll be Vashir all over again.
FML.
F all of our L's, Kath. Well, that's it for me. I can port out of here, but you're gonna have to wait that 45 minutes for the boat. Sorry about that. Until then, this has been Growl.
Well, they didn't seem too interested, but keep up the good work, Growliina. You'll get a real interview one of these days.
Maybe. Although, with their track record, people don't seem to be too on board with this, sadly.
Damn.
It's the real human element. No, people aren't afraid to tell her to go fuck off.
Yeah, and, like, for our listeners out there...
There they are.
There they are.
That's Growliina mad about people not wanting to be interviewed by her.
Also, everybody, I have important news right now. I am currently on my Worgen. I'm on Homozygous My Hunter. I have applied the water walking booties to my mount tab, and we're gonna get a live/delayed reaction to if Worgens can water walk while running on all 4s. Are you ready?
Oh, I'm so ready.
Okay, here we go. They can.
Oh my god, they can!
What? Yes!
Confirm.
I'll never not be... Oh, I guess I'll have to fly eventually.
Oh my god. Now, I have some questions about how this works, because whenever you run, your face is just splashing in that water. You're just getting constant, like, wet chin this entire time.
It's like a constant, very aerial butterfly stroke.
I
Oh,
am
shit, but it's gonna...
living for this.
Oh, interesting. It didn't kill me when I ran to the floor. But yeah, so there we go. We can confirm that Worgen can indeed use running wild over the water, as the Worgen in the background
They're
confirmed.
out there just loving it.
Wow, that looks really cool. All right, so what do we got next up on this on the docket?
So, something I did on PTR yesterday and today was the Heart of Azeroth questline, which I don't... Did you do it, Slide?
I began the inklings for it, and then I was reading at work the rest of it, because I came home and took a 3-hour nap.
Okay, so I guess I can take the lead here and say, listen up, listeners. If you do not want to get spoilered on your spoilers, skip ahead.
Please, because this shit is pretty fucking cool, and I did not see this coming, so...
So, in the new Heart of Azeroth questline, Magni and Mother in the new, like, because Mother's now, in the Heart of Azeroth chamber, they inform you that there have been disturbances around the world, due to, the Azerite seeping out and the void creatures also congregating in different parts of the world. So you have to travel around to different parts of the world and see what's up.
Indeed.
First off, they send you back to High Mountain to Nilfgaard's lair, and you meet up with... I completely forgot about this, but Deathwing's son, Ebonhorn, is there.
No, I won't be doing that.
Yes, him. And he is like, champion, we need help down in Neltharion's lair. There is some Azerite disturbance. So you go down into Neltharion's lair, and like, I feel like this is like too much continuity for this podcast, but we go down in there, and you are like reacquainted with the giant Azerite type golem that you see in Deep Home, which I just saw when I was leveling down there on my druid.
Oh my god, I was hanging out with this motherfucker when I was leveling my Colterian. I was like, it's my boy, Hamat the Indomitable!
I did not know that guy was important. I just threw fire at him.
He's not that important, but he's a main player in all of the Deep Home quests, so hell yeah.
So it was a
Hell
cool
yeah.
callback, like... Oh, basically this whole questline is a bunch of cool callbacks. You go to different parts around the world and like meet up with old characters that you've kind of forgot about and you haven't seen in a while. So you team up here with Ebonhorn, and you take down this Azerite guy who somehow had stolen a black dragonflight scale, and you take that from him, and then you bring it back to the Azerite chamber with Mother and Magni, and Calic is also there, like Calic of the blue dragonflight. And basically, the quest shifts to being like, oh, all the dragons are going to team up now. All of us dragons need to team up and bring our power together, and we are the ones that can save Azeroth and heal its wounds. So, after this, you have the black dragonflight scale, which you needed. So then, next, you go on towards getting the green dragonflight scale for its power. So, this is like Ysera, but Ysera is dead.
Oh, R.I.P.
So, you reach out to Ysera's daughter, which I don't know if was she named in Legion?
I never heard of this bitch before. Though, however, I bet you if you were a druid, you might have seen her in the Emerald Dreamway during your questing and stuff, but none of us have a max level druid yet. So, maybe we'll find out then.
I had one that power leveled through there, so I probably didn't meet her if she was there. But anyways, so you go to Val'sharah, to like the Tyranda's temple there, and Ysera's daughter is there, and she's like, champion, I summoned you here because the Emerald Dream is under attack again.
Oof. It's another raid, champion. We're
Go
doing
back
it
to
again.
the Emerald Nightmare 2 Electric Boogaloo.
Basically, Void Boogaloo. So you travel there, and the Emerald Dream is under attack by a bunch of void beings. Like, and maybe I just read too quickly, but I don't really think that they explained why they were there. But basically she's there and she's like, champion, I need your help. All of my emerald dragonflight is being attacked by these void things. And and you look around and there are a bunch of like straight up just dead green dragons, or green dragons that are sleeping but ensnared by these void beings because they just traveled to the Emerald Dream to take their quick nap like they do. And like, no, you have to go and try to break them out, and you break them out, but then some of them are like, no, I can't carry on anymore. I looked into the void and I'm ready to go off into the wild, and then they just evaporate into nothingness. It was really sad. I like felt pretty sad doing this PTR quest line.
It's the dogs.
They did too.
Yeah, they were there. There's just so much dragonflight going on during this that it makes you fucking wonder, right? Like, are they going to restore the dragonflight's power? Because I
would imagine, because we're probably, if I can just shoot the shit and guesstimate, we're probably getting Ysera's daughter replacing her, and we're probably getting Ebonhorn as the Earth guy.
Wait, oh my god, Ebonhorn.
Wait, Thrall's coming back too.
Thrall has a new model. He's flexing, but so during the whole Netherion's lair thing with Ebonhorn, you can like kind of like peek around the like Netherion's lair, and you can see a hidden, shrouded person who is a part of Rathion's faction, the Black Prince. And he says, hey, get out of here. I'm doing important spying, or something like that. So, like, Rathion has Black Dragon spies that are spying on this moment happening in the lair. So, I mean, I know there's been a lot of Rathion hang out in the background, so I'm hoping this is gonna fucking bring some, like, dragon fighting back to the front.
I was going to add on to that and say that Rathion's also kind of present in one of the future things that I will talk about. So I'll get to that. But, okay, so I'll speed up a little bit and say that, you team up with, with the green dragons in the Emerald Nightmare, and you collect all these scales of these dead green dragons, and you use their like dead scales to combine into like the green scale that you need to help empower the Heart of Azeroth. So you use Ysera's daughter's power and all of the green dragon flight combined to make this, and then you go back to Magni and she's like, hey, I'm here, and then Calyx's like, oh, nice of you to join us. And then Calyx's like, it's just weird that, we have Ebonhorn here, and we have Ysera's daughter here, and I'm here. Alexstrasza and her flight normally just show up whenever there's this much power, so something has to be up. So next, Calyx leads you to the Twilight Highlands to meet up with where Alexstrasza is supposed to have been. That's when he said that they were last. And you go there and you see that she is under attack. And it seems like a bunch of void beings, but also maybe dragon type creatures that are aligned with Raytheon, maybe, are binding her there.
Huh, really?
Because they're at the end, the cap of this experience is a blue dragon that is like fighting against Calyx and Alexstrasza, and she says, "You guys are treacherous towards myself and my new master. You can join me, or you can die at my hand right now." And I thought maybe it implied that it was, dragons combining with their like new leader Rathion, but maybe I was reading too much into this.
It could also be N'Zoth, because N'Zoth is the one that made Deathwing go crazy, so it's possible that N'Zoth just has a new dragonflight at his disposal to use. But either way, we don't really know, so it's possible. It's a theory we can throw into the pot.
It certainly piques my interest.
Yeah, we can't.
I never made
write
it onto the boat to continue.
You gotta get on there, like whenever you can, eventually, just to peek this stuff out, because it's awesome. Damn, there's just like a lot of like juicy lore bits in there. Like, the band's back together.
Since we are speaking of dragons, I think it's about time that I pull Timewarp. In case you guys don't know by now, Timewarp is a little game that we play on this podcast where the one of us that won it last week gets to pull Timewarp anytime that they want on the next episode, and the other two of us get 40 seconds, like Time Warp in the game, to answer as many questions as I can for this little trivia round. And this week, to keep with the theme of dragons, I am going to ask them to name as many named dragons as they can in the World of Warcraft. Are you guys ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Set. Go!
Alexstrasza,
Chromie,
Ysera,
Norzamu,
Kalecgos,
Ysera,
Senagos,
Maltharion,
Malygos,
Galakrond,
Ultra B65-2,
oh shit, he got Ultra B65 too.
Nixium,
Tick and Talk.
Anixia,
Malygos. No,
There's so many dragons.
I want to say it's like Aragos is his daughter.
Chromie,
Well, also Crostamo.
Time.
Sidormi,
Oh shit, that is one.
I just... It was hard to like, judge this one, but I'm pretty sure that Slide took this one.
You know what we can do? We can do a count up and we can put it in post edit, because that one, props to you. When I do them, I do ones that have like a set list of like 10 or 12. Boy, there's so many dragons.
I realized that as soon as I asked the question.
Well, there's a lot of dragons.
I really had a pip to my step when I remembered Tick and Talk.
Who
I
the
was like,
fuck's Tick and Talk?
They're like do nothing bronze dragonflight guys.
Oh, wait, the best part of all of this, I guess, take your shot, Aaron. I guess we can start there.
Oh, yeah, fuck. Well, here we go. Ugh, shit. Actually, it was actually not that bad because it's Malibu. And Malibu's very good.
Yeah, it's very. So to see the capstone end quest of all this dragon shit business, you need to have a Heart of Azeroth of level 70, and once you do it, like you finish it, there's a cutscene that no one knows yet. But Chromie shows up finally with the bronze dragon fight, and she goes, "Hey, I made it! Finally, I'm early for once." Bitch, you ain't early. Bitch, the quest is over. Missed it.
Get the fuck out of here, Chromie. Okay.
I just love that. I thought that was great. That's a very good addition. All right. Well, I guess with all of this, we can move into our sexiest NPC of the week.
Ooh, who is it, Slide?
And let me tell you, this one's got spoilers on it. So if you don't want to get spoiled for anything happening in this new raid or happening on Narjatar, I highly recommend you fucking just skip forward to 6 minutes of dirty talk.
Ooh, knowing who it's gonna be, I just recommend you skip forward.
So we're gonna dig deep into our sexiest NPC of the week, Lady Priscilla Ashvane.
Oh, I like them big.
I like them chunky.
And this is going to be Priscilla Ashvane before and after her fucking transformation.
Even chunkier.
Ooh, baby. Girl, she got a body like this, and I'm just kind of wiggling my hands side to side.
Well, and now she got a body like this. I was just chilling out in the PTR when Amin was like, "Hey, go to the Dungeon Journal and look at the bosses." And I was like, "Okay." And he's like, "No, look at the models. Like, just see what they look like." And I was like, "Okay, weirdo, I guess I will." Fucking Priscilla Ashvane is the third boss in the Ashara raid. And she has this beautiful, voluptuous, disgusting, salty Naga skin. She's a fucking gross Naga behemoth now.
It's like she's literally a faceless one, but I didn't think the addition of a face would make them even creepier. But it's because it's just her face with like the lipstick too just stretched.
I'd love to have her hands on me. Cut me in half, mommy.
Jagex can't stop a crab form Priscilla Ashvane.
Oh, and you know she's gonna be talking at you too. Why didn't you just guard sound is the worst?
It's time for cunnilingus. But even before she was a beautiful sea monster, she was quite the looker. Let me tell you, that bus line undefeated.
She had a cleave that could hit so many enemies if you're picking up what I'm putting down.
Took me a minute, but I got it.
Cause damn, I've never seen a model with boobs like that. No one's got boobs like this going around.
She's got wobos, for
Did
sure.
she, like, contour that shit on? I don't know.
When I was trying to look up her model, I just Googled her, and that was, like, the top 10 posts was, like, pre-BFA, like, oh, shit, I may have to resub. She got them titties, though.
She has probably the coolest, like, looking model for a Coltarian female. Like, she looks actually really fucking good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she's got those big old titties, but then she's also got those goth girl eyes, you know? So she's like our big old goth girl titty.
Is her model custom? Because her model isn't just a Coltarian female, right?
The Coltarian females are, I mean, obviously slightly smaller, and then also slightly more, air quotes, fit. They're more muscular, they're less, like, chunky.
Yeah, because she has this big neck flap, and honestly, this should be a model that people can look like in WoW, because I think it looks better than the regular ones they have for the Coltarian females.
And I'm sure she has better dance moves, too.
Oh, you know she's going to do some awesome splits into a beautiful head spin, because she's got this shit down.
Do you think she'll dance after she wipes us in Raid?
She better do the crab rave dance.
Honestly, I think she's just gonna cry out in pain, probably, because that does not look like it's very fun to be this big crab monster. I don't think so.
I just wanted some gold.
No, yeah, did you guys see the data mine text about why she became this creature?
She got tricked because she trusted Azara like a big, sexy dummy.
Yeah, she was like, N'Zoth, why have you forsaken me? Or Azara, why have you forsaken me? She's like, I asked for power. And then Azara's like, and I gave you power.
I like the little pause at a time because I can see her doing it like, I gave you power. You totally did, though.
It's a really scary, good underwater voice.
Very good.
Well, alright, Priscilla, I think that's all I want to talk about you, because I'm tired of staring at your models. Ugh. I would link her... You know what? I think on Twitter we'll just link her regular model, and not even talk about her fish model. We spoiler tagged it. If you fell into the spoiler pitfall, you were warned. You knew ahead of time.
Also, like, our podcast talks about whatever the fuck we want, so, like, we try to be good people by giving you a little bit of warning, but, you know.
Yeah, so fuck y'all.
Yeah, fuck you for listening.
Just kidding, we love you. Please don't stop.
Thank you.
Dirty 30, you're our sexiest NPCs.
Don't spoil our future.
Episode 20 was going to be the special. It was going to be the Time 2016 sexiest person in the world scam.
Priscilla Ashtrain, your award's in the mail, and I mean, we're not going to see you for God knows how long, so I guess you better fucking check the mailbox before we can hand it to you in person.
I'm going to be really sad if when we kill her, we're all running past, and I look up on a big, spooky sea shelf, and it's just sitting there.
It will be.
Oh.
I guess we can now close out with our top 2/bottom boot / medium moots of the week. Aaron, what you got for your top 2 bottom boot, medium moot?
I think my top toot of the week was just a really proud moment because playing the beginning part of Pandaria with my girlfriend, we came up upon G Firepaw, and I said, this guy sucks. And she goes, well, why does he suck? I was like, oh, well, he's not cool, like in the story, he gets in the way, I hate him. And she's like, I don't know, I think he's funny. And we proceeded to go through and play by play, bit by bit, the same things that happened to us when we first made our pandas were happening. She's like, he keeps getting in the way. I'm trying to loot this thing, and he just keeps talking to me. And I was so proud. Well, also, when she was talking to him about Isa, she was like, he seems really lame. He should just talk to her. And I was so proud when I heard over the voice, man, G sucks.
Oh, he really does, though.
So that was my proud moment of the week. Slide, what is your top toot or bottom boo?
You didn't say or medium moot.
Or medium moot.
I wish I had a medium moot, but I don't know what goes in that slot. But my top toot of the week is definitely going to be getting a look at the gnomish heritage armor in the Wowhead dressing room. Boys, there's a lot of moving pieces and cogs on that, just like we wanted, and I think it's been salvaged.
It's basically exactly how you predicted and hoped it would be last week on the podcast.
Which I think is a fair prediction. I think it's got cogs on it. They got to spin. I did not think there was going to be a cog on the goggle that spun. That was great. And the fact that the cog on the back interlocks with the cog on the shoulder and spins, and they're intersected. I love it. I think it really makes the piece alive, and I'm going to be wearing that shit, except for the cape, because I don't like wearing capes.
Like every classic WoW fan, I now look at it, and I just think, like, they could have made the cape a cog.
Just one big cog.
Well, can you imagine? Well, it goes from shoulder to shoulder, like it's a connected cog thing. That would have been neat.
Oh, that actually is really cool.
And now you don't like it because of this random hypothetical.
Fuck.
It would just be like the giant Junkrat tire on your back, but a cog.
Exactly.
I love that. Also, my other top two, I'm going to have two top toots of the week right now, because I could do that.
You must have eaten a lot of beans for lunch.
Oh, I did. I'm on Facebook right now, and on my feed is a Little Caesars ad 5 hours ago. It's a deep dish pizza wrapped with 3.5 feet of bacon. They wrap it around the crust. Have you guys seen this? We gotta get this.
We gotta, though.
Sorry, Amin, but you're gonna have to eat it.
Yeah, I
you're gonna have to break years of vegetarianism.
Like this video, look at it. It's just wrapped in bacon all around. It actually sounds pretty good. But okay, I'm gonna. Amin, what's your top toot? Medium moot. Or your bottom boo.
Okay, well, let me break the ice here and have the first ever medium moot.
What could it possibly be? I don't know. What goes in the slot?
Medium moot.
Well, my medium moot this week is the fact that Little Caesars made a bacon wrapped pizza because I don't care, because I don't eat meat.
But I think you have to kind of care for a medium moot, right?
I mean, I won't be eating it.
I mean, I guess just pure apathy would be a medium moot.
I just really want a medium moot, guys. We gotta find one.
Just kidding, guys. That's a joke. I will go with an actual top toot of the week. But I guess that's along the lines of what a medium moot would be. I really don't know. Anyways, my top toot of the week is just the overall excitement for upcoming WoW content. And I'm very excited to see what happens when the Gang of Dragons is all back together, and when new model Thrall is in the mix, like Swole Thrall, like Green Jesus is like ripped as fuck. What the fuck?
We can't call him that anymore.
It's honestly disgusting.
We have to make an effort to not call him that because Chris Metzen hates it, and I know it's super hard for us, but we gotta fight it, guys. I tried my best.
Okay. Well, I'm excited to see what happens next in the storyline, and that is my top toot of the week.
Toot. All right. Well, that's it from us. If you guys have any emails, complaints, questions, if you want to send us hate mail, send us your medium moots. If you guys sent us your medium moots, or your top toots, or your bottom boots, I'll read them. I'll read them on the internet. One of you great handful of people could have your moots right on the air.
Shout out to the Dirty 30.
Just send it to donotrelentlesspod@gmail.com. You also can tweet at us at donotrelentlesspod on the Twitter. What about you cats? Where can they find your bowls of milk on the internet?
You can find me, Alex, or Immunization on Twitter at NewEraAlex.
Well, my bowl of milk is always on the windowsill. But my contact information is at TheBigACheesy on Twitter.
All right. That's going to be it from us. You guys can catch us next week. probably not going to do another special episode until we get some big news. But hey, let me tell you, if you guys want us to do something, we'll do it because we just love talking about the world.
Interact with us, damn it. We want attention.
Please, I want SEO.
Notice me, senpai.
Notice me.
But alright, that's it from us. See you guys next week. And remember,
Another down! Do not relent!
Do Not Relent is a podcast within the 3HNC network, representing U.S. Broadmore's premier podcast.
That was a very good dish.